Lord Strasburger.
To ask the question standing in my name on the order paper.
My Lords, new regulations come into force on the 6th of April this year, which will end unsupervised high-stake gambling on fixed odds betting terminals. All players using FOBTs are now presented with a choice to set time and money up front. We are keeping this issue under review and remain focused on identifying gambling-related harm wherever it is found and devising effective measures to bear down on it hard.
My Lords, one man recently laundered nearly £1 million in drug money through these machines in coral betting shops in the northeast. Could my noble friend, the Minister, explain why the government's rather feeble plan to set the maximum stake to £50 or £100 will make any difference at all to money laundering or to the extensive gambling addiction that these machines cause, given that of those staking just a quarter of the proposed new maximum limit, of them 4 out of 5 show signs of problem gambling?
My Lord, so far as money laundering is concerned, the Proceeds of Crime Act 2002 places a duty on gambling operators to be alert to money laundering attempts and to report such attempts to the National Crime Agency. The government expects all gambling operators to ensure that their anti-money laundering procedures are consistently and effectively applied to minimise risk and maintain good controls. On the point of the size of the stakes, and the new measures will require those accessing stakes over £50 to use account-based play or load cash over the counter. The Responsible Gambling Trust have said that in their view the size of the stake is not necessarily, in fact their words are, it's overtly naive and massively premature to suggest that reducing the maximum stake size would help reduce problem gambling.
My Lords, in a casino you will have at least a croupier, an overseer, a manager, all monitoring the behaviour of a gambler, yet on most high streets you can have a small shop with 2 of these machines and 1 person behind a screen. Does the noble Lord the Minister seriously believe that the assurances given by the bookmakers can be met in terms of monitoring problem gambling?
My Lords, clearly we are going to see how these measures work, and we very much hope that they will, and we're looking to the gambling industry to ensure that they cooperate with this. And of course the measures, as I said before, require all players of FOBTs to be presented with a choice to set time and money, and we think that that is an important stage of ensuring a redress of this problem.
My Lords, the government have been a strong supporter of localism, so, my Lords, will it listen to the views of some 93 local councils who've asked the government to be able to cut the FOBT stake to £2 because they're worried about antisocial behaviour, crime and problem gambling in their areas?
My Lords, I know that DCLG are looking at this submission, and I very much hope that it will be reported shortly. But of course, we are also giving further powers to local communities by requiring planning applications to be submitted to local authorities for new betting shops.
My Lords, but will the Minister confirm that despite the new measures, it will still be possible for a gambler to spend £100 every 20 seconds? What further inducement can one give to people who've got social difficulties, people who are problem gamblers, than to make it so easy to lose so much money?
My Lords, well, under the new measures, it will require those accessing stakes of over £50 to use account-based play or load cash. But, my Lords, interestingly, the Gambling Commission on Friday reported on their wish to raise the bar on social responsibility and working with operators to ensure that there is much more adherence to assisting people who are gambling.
Does the Minister see any connection between the gambling law and the problems of money laundering that has just been discussed with what happened with HSBC 5 years ago when Lord Green apparently was running the shop and 5 million Swiss francs were handed over in a plastic bag as cash.
My Lords, I think I'm a fairly even-minded person, but, my Lords, we're dealing with a question where in 2000 there were no FOB-Ts. By 2010 there were 30,000 FOB-Ts. And this is the situation that this government is now seeking to address. The noble Lord's deputy leader of his party has admitted that what happened was a mistake, and we are now dealing with that, my Lords.